What's up, Pirate Nation? Welcome back to the Ship's Log, episode 9 here today. We're joined by new coach Hunter MacKay and tight end Casey Kelly and returning tight end Shane Calhoun. Guys, how we doing today?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you having me.
We got the whole tight end room in here today. I feel like I'm in the meeting.
Squad.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a position meeting before the position meeting.
Yep. There we go. Yep. Spring ball's underway. We'll talk about that here shortly. If you guys watch the show, you know we usually start out with a little pirate scenario to get the juices flowing a little bit. And today we got a good one for you guys. So you've just successfully pillaged a Spanish ship, and your boat's filled with Spanish gold. But now there's a whole armada after you. The weight of the gold has made your ship slower, but your ship is smaller, so it maneuvers better. What are you going to do to get away? I'm picturing like you're going through almost like rocky ridges somehow, like Pirates of the Caribbean almost. You got a couple boats coming after you now.
I think you got to be greedy. Always go on the attack. So go ahead and attack them. Try to keep all the gold. We're not dumping the gold to get away.
So you're going one boat versus 4.
That's right.
Let's ride.
I'm going to turn around and attack them.
Yeah.
Stay on the attack all the
They
way.
might not expect that one.
Yeah. What's our defense? We got some good cannons on there.
I'll give you. It's a small boat, so I'll give you one cannon on each side.
One cannon. Okay.
But you got a couple swords.
Yeah. No. I like us over anybody.
That's right.
So you're raising the no quarter flag.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pirate Nation's gonna like that.
Yeah.
Shane, you usually have some hypothetical situation stuff for me. What do you got?
If I'm being honest, I don't like the chances 1 against 4, especially with only one can on each side. So, how many crew members is on the ship?
It's a valid question.
Or is it just me?
No, it's not just you. Let's say you got 5.
Okay, 5. We're going to throw one off overboard.
That's what I was thinking that, but I
We're
don't
throwing
want
one
to
overboard,
selfish.
get some weight.
You gonna waste a
Who
whole
you
team member
Who are you
for
sacrificing?
150 pounds?
We're going to be like, dude, grab some gold and get off the boat.
All right. All right.
So there goes some weight right there. Then we got 2 people on each side with the cannons. How many swords we got?
Everyone's got one.
Then we got enough swords, so if they try to jump the boat, we got people to attack.
But if
And
they
Yeah, but
jump,
you have
if
one-
they jump the
you have
boat,
one less person to
then you
attack
dumped
now.
one. You're beat if they jump the boat.
put the ship autopilot, give me a sword. Let's do it.
Let the wind take it.
I don't know what I would do. I guess that's probably a good idea. Going with the tide somehow, get some speed that way. If not, you got to maneuver around the rocks. And honestly, it mentioned you got a smaller boat and maneuvers better. Try and get to a place where they can't get. Don't know what kind of boat they got, how many people they have. So if you could do that, I'd definitely do that.
Maybe you can turn over just a little bit of gold, bribe 1 or 2 boats to go away.
Yeah.
This is true.
You know?
That's a good point.
Throw a bag at them.
Throw a bag.
That's all you got to do these days. Coach, let's get into you a little bit for Pirate Nation who might not know you as well. You played football at Mercer. Obviously, you have a family out here now. You got 3 boys and your wife. You worked with Coach JDB at Ole Miss. Talk about that relationship and kind of how that led to where you are today.
Yeah, so, Coach Baker was at Ole Miss for 3 seasons. I was there for 2, and we really got close from him being a maniac workout guy. So after practice, he started taking me on these 3-mile runs, which I did not want to do.
Yeah.
But it actually paid off for me. So,
Right.
We became close there and worked pretty closely together there and stuff. And, obviously I did a good enough job for him to bring me with him here. So it was really good. And then my wife and I got 3 boys. So I got 3 boys under the age of 2.
Ooh.
And they just all moved out here. So I do have a great story about that too. So
Let's hear it.
I had twin boys that were born in Mississippi.
Okay.
So 5 or 6 days into them being born, we had to rush one of them to the hospital. He ended up being fine, totally fine. It was just, new
Mishap,
parents
yep.
kind of getting there. Well, Casey's there at the hospital. Something with your shoulder, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, Casey thought that they were just born. So he's super excited. He's like, yo, coach, that's awesome, man. That's so exciting.
Meanwhile, one's potentially sick.
Like screaming through the hallway. I'm like,
Meanwhile,
yeah,
we just
like,
rushed
whoa.
him through the ambulance here, and it was not super exciting. So I was devastated. I was panicking, and he was just ecstatic that we were at the hospital right there.
Yeah,
so.
that's one of those where you walk in the position meeting the next day and you're like, hey, Casey, like, You know,
I felt bad. I didn't know.
He didn't know. No, he was excited for me. I appreciate the excitement for it. But no, the boys are fine too.
Are you an active participant in the staff basketball during
yes,
whenever you get a chance?
Yes, very active.
What kind of player are you? You a sharp? JDB was like, I'm a sharpshooter. I stay outside. I don't go in.
Yeah, Coach Baker can shoot. So he used to like to pick me up just because I would run, get the rebound, and always pass it to him.
Gritty.
You know, so I can't shoot. I can't.
He
I'm
can
not a very
shoot.
good
Don't
player.
let him play you. He can shoot the ball. I've seen some clips. He can shoot it.
Coach, you kind of remind me of myself on the basketball court, honestly.
I don't know if that's a good
ask me-
compliment for yourself.
Coach, don't ask me to shoot the rock, but just know I'm coming down with that ball and I'll
Gritty
dish it
and
out.
grimy.
Getting all
I'm
the board.
a grinder. That's how it is.
Yep.
Casey, let's talk about you a little bit. You also obviously heard from that story. You played with the coaches at Ole Miss. Later had another stop out there in the Pacific Northwest, and now you ended up here. Talk about your experience so far with the team and just how it's been through the winter and now the spring.
Yeah, you know, just like everyone welcomes you with open arms here. I've noticed that a lot. I mean, there's no animosity towards anybody. Everyone just kind of wants the best for each other. Everybody wants to win. So,
Right.
I mean, if we know that one person can help us get there, I think everybody just respects who we have and what we can do. So it's really just been an easy transition, honestly.
Yeah.
And it felt good.
And so you've played in two big college football towns, obviously. And we've talked previously on this show about how this place is kind of a hidden gem, honestly. You get out here and the town, the stadium, the environment, the way the fans buy in. I mean, we've said it so many times. Like, we had such a poor season last year that wasn't up to anyone's expectations, but you come here in the later games in the year and like this place is still pretty crowded considering our record. So what was your kind of initial reaction to out here? And I'm sure the coaches reaching out once you're in the portal telling you about this place, but did it take for you to come out here to really see it and feel it, or were you doing your research and finding it?
Yeah, so I didn't take any visits. I told every coach I was talking to, I was like, hey, this is my 6th year of football. I know what to expect. I know what I'm looking for. But when I came out here and I saw this stadium out here, I was like, man, I'm so excited. Like the first workout we had in there, I'm just looking out there. I'm like, wow, like this is going to be great. Like,
it motivates you
playing between the hedges out here. The stadium's huge. I mean, it fits like almost 60,000. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 52.
And 52. And I mean, I've seen clips. I've looked up clips of like game day and atmospheres, and I mean, it gets electric.
Yeah,
I know it gets electric.
My first game in the stadium was versus NC State, and it was sold out 52. Like, the concessions ran out of beer and water. Like, it was one of the rowdiest things that I've ever experienced. And that was a moment in my own kind of transfer journey where it's like, this is why you came here.
Yeah,
That's right.
And so you guys will for sure have those moments, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I think I noticed. So on my interview, they took me over to the basketball game.
Yeah.
And that's when I got to see like the crowd, like the community, like how much they care about the sports here too. And been to a couple baseball games. Bumped into Shane at the baseball game on Friday too.
Baseball
and, like,
games are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like honestly those two kind of instances weren't even – like, I feel like you're going to get so much of a better view of kind of how they buy in as baseball goes on and gets into like the regionals and kind of it starts heating up with conference. Those environments and games out there are so much fun.
Excited, man, for sure.
Have you been to a baseball game yet?
I have not been to a baseball game yet.
You got to make it out. They're a pretty good time, especially if the weather's nice. It's a good little outing.
I will say I bumped into Shane and Tyler Savage, another tight end, going to that Friday baseball game. There was a home run hit by us. Right to Tyler Savage, and he says that he caught it, but I'm pretty sure he probably dropped that thing.
Nah, he let it roll.
He got scared.
Yeah, he got
He ran
scared.
from
Hit
the
the ground
smoke.
and
He ran
rolled.
from the smoke. Guys, first day of spring ball was yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So this is kind of a good time for this interview. I've been hearing a little bit through the grapevine that the tempo was certainly there on both sides. I think the guys were tired. I think the offense kind of knew what they were getting themselves into, where the defense didn't so much. But talk about spring ball and how it was and what your expectations are moving forward. We'll start with you, Casey.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of day ones in my life, and I truly believe like that day one yesterday, I thought it was really good. Like, competitive on both sides of the ball. Everyone was flying around. I mean, boys were making plays. I mean, it was a lot of good things from both sides of the ball. And like you said, that tempo, you know, that defense coming in there after practice, like, yo, y'all got to slow it down, man. Y'all got to slow it down. It's like, no, it's only going to get faster from here, man. So, I mean, yeah, once everybody gets into the groove and understands each play call and everyone's job, I think that's when we're going to be really good.
Yeah.
So
Shane, what about you?
I think it was good for me just to get out and, put a helmet on for once. It was the first time putting on the cleats, putting on the helmet, and just getting out in the regular practice setting since October for me. So it was really good to get out there and kind of experience the practice environment a little bit and, just being around this new offense. The tempo was definitely there. I know the couple of guys were here last year were going through, the first couple periods of practice we need some water. But, it was good to see everyone fly around and have a good time out there.
And I'm sure for the guys that were on the team last year returning back, it was nice to get back out there and almost like fresh slate, like let's turn this thing around. Because obviously sour taste in the mouth from last year. So the first thing you want to do as a competitor is just get out there and get your foot back on the right track doing things. So Coach, in your eyes, how'd yesterday go, and what are you really looking forward to with your group and the acceleration of this new offense in this program this spring?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good day one. You go around a lot of day one practice, and sometimes it's obviously not very good, and it was really good. And, talking about the tempo piece early on in practice when the guys weren't gassed, we were rolling, and that last team period is probably the slowest that I've seen the tempo, and we were still rolling, but not as fast as we want to do. And, and it was good to see the guys get out there and move around and see the smile on Shane's face when he got to put that helmet on and come back. Obviously I wasn't here in the fall, but like you said, what was it, week 7 or 8 when you broke it? Yeah. So to see that smile you have when you put that helmet back on and stuff was fun. But no, we got an exciting group. So I was just telling these guys too yesterday. So, you look at it up, but just between these two guys, they played almost 3,000 snaps of college football. Yeah. Just between these two guys. So that makes my job a lot easier.
Experience goes a long ways.
Oh yeah. And then, you got Tyler Savage, who's got all the ability in the world too and stuff, and is really coming along in the playbook and is going to make a push, and he's going to be able to play some. And then we got the 2 young guys in the room that are true freshmen, and it's funny because these 2 guys are so old, and then those 2 guys are living in dorms still and everything. But they got a ton of ability and stuff, so very high ceiling, and it's fun to watch all of them run around.
Absolutely. So for you two, obviously new place, same offense. For Shane, same place, new offense. How does it kind of work for those listeners that aren't too sure and not really around the environment and all that throughout the year, getting chemistry down with the quarterbacks, the O-line, the people that you guys are working with every day throughout the offense?
Yeah, similar to what Coach Houston says, you get closer to each other kind of through off the field, when you're hanging out with people, when you're not around the building, if you're just going to get lunch, going to get dinner, just hanging out at somebody's house. That's really where you build chemistry and you really get to know somebody. And, that's the best thing you do on a football field. Once you get to know somebody, it's kind of easy and fun to play for them. It makes you really want to go out there and play for your brother. Right. That's what this is all about. It's a team sport. And, you want to play for each other because that's going to bring the most out of everyone.
Yeah. So, Shane, Coach, you guys
I feel like it's definitely different, being here for 4 years and then coming into a new system. I think, obviously, Coach Houston's philosophy, his principles are still going to be the same, but there's been a lot of turnover and a lot of new things coming into the program. So I think the biggest thing for guys like me is just getting with the new guys, kind of seeing how they, react, evolve to the system, and, just bring them into the fold. So it's been good.
Yeah, I think that becoming close with the team is important. We obviously do that through field work and what they go through in the weight room and stuff, but, it's more than that. It's these guys hanging out together and, away from coaches where they can kind of let loose and be themselves. And then also doing stuff, as a group, whether it be the tight ends or as an offense or something. So I did take these guys out to lunch. They chose La Rancherita. I was wishing for some Jack Browns or something, but it wasn't up to me. So.
La Ranch is pretty good. You can't go wrong. They like the show over here, so we appreciate them. Guys, I don't know. We'll do a little special segment here off script just because the time of the year it is. I hope that you guys, for the sake of this conversation, are up to date with your March Madness picks maybe. I want to hear maybe a prediction on who you think is going to win and maybe an upset if you got one. And if you're not into March Madness, then this might just be a bad segment for you. And we'll cut it.
I was making a few on my phone, and I think I'd like Creighton to go a long way. I like them. UConn's going to be good. UConn's got their people.
It's hard to go back to back though.
Definitely. Yeah. But I think they go a good distance. And honestly, I like Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
over St. Mary's.
I've got them beating Alabama too.
Yeah, I like Grand Canyon at least getting past that first round over St. Mary's. But I've also seen a lot of brackets where St. Mary's goes a long way.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
A pretty good squad. Coach, you follow March Madness?
I follow it. This is bad by me. I follow it once it gets to March.
Yeah.
When my TV's on at the house, it's some kids channel on YouTube. I will say though, shout out to the Southern Conference. I played. Mercer's in the Southern Conference. I worked at Samford.
Okay.
Got some coaching buddies still over there. So I was at Mercer actually when they beat
Bulldogs.
Duke in the first round.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for Samford to get out of the first round right there. A little SoCon pride.
Who are they playing again?
I don't even remember.
I think
But I got
it might be
It's like a
Kansas.
9-8. I think it's. Is it? I think it's.
I
I think
got
it's like a
'em.
9-8. Look it up.
That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm picking them to go for it. It don't matter who they play. It's not about the opponent. It's about us.
Yeah, I think it's Kansas. We'll check it out. Shane,
yeah.
I don't think you're a big March Madness guy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So I'm kind of the same way. When March Madness comes around, I really don't even watch until like the Final Four
Yeah.
and stuff happens.
until the Final Four.
So
Nah, I'm watching.
Um,
I love it.
one thing I do is like I'll catch up with like highlights on Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. So I feel like I see Purdue stuff all the time. So I feel like Purdue's gonna have
They got a
Zach
guy.
Edey.
Yeah, Zach Edey. He's a
He's
beast.
pretty
but
big.
if you shut him down, they're beat. So
Exactly.
and it is Kansas, by the way,
It is.
Coach. So let's see if Samford can pull it off. I won't share my winning pick for the sake of Pirate Nation being happy. It's another team in the state of North Carolina, and I know they won't like that, so we'll just move on from there.
Fun fact: there's 8 out of the last 9 teams who have won it. There's blue in their jerseys.
There's a lot of conspiracies going on about. I mean, there always is this time of year, but have you seen the one about it's like east of the middle of Texas, like right down the middle of our country?
Oh yeah.
No one on the west has won in like the last 13 years or
Really?
something.
Really?
Marcus,
Like
the
stops
EQ
at
dude,
Baylor
told me
and
that
Kansas.
today.
Oh, Marcus
is crazy.
Marcus will have some
No,
good
he
stories
knows.
for
He
you.
knows the fun facts. Right when I walked in this morning, he's like, "You want to know a fun fact?" I'm
Like Marcus, it's 6 a.m.
Yeah,
like-
let me know. He's like 8 out of the last 9 teams have won the national championship wearing blue. I'm like, really?
Side note: if you do not cut some of that, we appreciate the EQ and all they do with everything. They're the men back there.
That's
Facts.
right.
They do take care of everything.
That's right.
We talked about Coach MacKay playing some hoops. Casey, you played in high school.
Yeah.
Shane, you think you got your foot in the door with this competition? Like, if you all had a little 1v1 round robin tournament here, what do we think the results are coming in? And Shane, we were on an intramural team last winter together, so don't lie. I've seen you work.
What are we playing to?
Yeah.
Because that matters. These guys are in way more shape than me.
We'll go 11
Oh, that's tough.
2 and 1s or 2s and 3s.
for coach's sake. We'll go 2 and 3.
Love that.
Yeah,
All right. It's just us 1v1.
it's a round robin.
Us 3.
So let's say Casey,
I mean-
go first and tell
Yeah.
me what you think your strengths are versus each opponent here.
You know, I'm gonna get grimy. I'm gonna get every board. If that ball is coming off the rim, I'm grabbing the board. I was playing. That's all I did.
So you're gonna big
That's all
body
I did.
coach is basically. What
Oh, I'm
you're
gonna
saying.
big body, but don't give me space. I'll shoot it. Maybe it'll go in.
Maybe.
Not
50-50
100%.
chance?
I like a 60-40.
Okay.
I'd give myself a little more than that.
Okay, so you were a little bit of a hooper in high school,
Yeah, a little bit. of
and you're
hooper.
from Buffalo, New York, and
Yeah.
they've got some good hoops up there, right?
Niagara Falls. That's where I'm. Niagara Falls originally, but yeah, they got some good ball out there. They do.
All right, Coach, do you think you got a good chance in this squad right here?
I think I'm getting out of the first round.
I think he is.
And if we don't have a days or 2 rests in between, I think my legs are going to give out. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm making it through game 2.
Yeah.
Shane,
Listen,
you better hope you just stay in the
It's
paint.
big,
my boy.
listen. You saw me play intramural last year. Everything I'm gonna do is just gonna be pure athlete. Like
Yeah, that's what
And the
I'm
thing-
saying.
I'll
yeah.
shoot it. If it goes in, it goes in. I
It
can
ain't
get
gonna
up there and
win.
get the board now.
Yeah.
For context, me and Shane were on a co-ed
Yeah,
intramural basketball
team,
team. And Coach, you're laughing, but I promise you, there's some kids in there that can hoop now. But as long as you we had a girl, we named her Steph Curry because she would literally just pull up from the logo and make it.
Caitlin
And
Clark.
it was crazy, yeah. But so she carried
called
us.
recruiting.
But, yeah, that's what we were doing. We were out there. Never mind, we won't go into that. I got an interesting idea here, though. I want you guys to build your starting 5 with the whole team. Before we wind it down, I want you to build a starting 5 with the team the football team, obviously, and let's see who would win.
I don't have enough experience of who can hoop on the team.
Yeah,
I have heard Tyler Savage is one of the best. on the team.
I was
He can-
just about to
Oh
say.
my God.
I heard
I say-
T-shirt. No,
I say
heard
this all the time.
Oh
Shane
my
hates when I say
God.
it.
Yeah, he says it in the meet.
T-Sass swear
He's got like 1,000 points or something. Right?
Yeah.
It was 2,000.
okay, that's even more. of a
He
reason.
showed me one
But-
time I was making fun of him, and he actually pulled up like a high school mixtape, and like it was actually pretty nice.
When I go recruiting, he's from Virginia, and the North Carolina high school coaches here talk about how good he is at basketball.
Really?
That's saying something.
If you ever
Change
talk,
that.
if you
Out
ever,
of- out of pride,
roommates
you're not gonna
though,
pick-
so-
you're not
if you
gonna
ever
pick
talk to
T-Sap.
T-Sap, he swears he's Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely
So
thinks he's
you
he's
cannot
like
boost
that
his
for
head
sure.
up too much, but
So you keep him level.
Any
Yeah,
other
for
big
sure.
picks that you guys think you would take? Maybe
Is
we don't have to go
Sam
all
good?
five.
I would think
no,
He can't
Sam
hoop.
is horrendous.
See, I don't know. I don't know who can hoop. Or
Yeah,
can't.
I don't
know
know.
enough.
What about
trying to
any of
think.
those receivers?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe like
Yeah, Yannick for sure.
Anthony.
Some
Can
of
he
the
hoop?
big, some of the big
Sleeper
boys.
pick Camaro can win me.
I was thinking that.
I
Wow.
can see that.
He told
I
me
can
that.
actually see
Yeah,
that
he
a little
actually
bit.
We might have to get a dunk contest.
Now I don't know how good he is, like actually playing,
He
but
probably plays like a bulldog.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe-
his name is Pitbull. For
like
a
a-
reason.
Maybe we'll talk.
That's the perfect nickname.
What he said?
Pitbull.
Yeah, Pitbull. Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk with Big John and the Swole Olympics. We'll have a dunk contest one time.
Yeah, we can do that.
We got it. We got to make that happen. We could do a live podcast out there with the dunk contest.
Alive.
That would be
Run it
fun.
live.
Yeah. So before we head out for the outro, Shane probably had the best impression since this podcast has started with Big John, doing a little reaction of what it would be like if you missed a workout or you slept through it. Casey, do you have an impression of anyone on the staff you think you could hit pretty well?
Yeah, you gotta do JDV.
I was about to say JDB. Dude, JDB. I mean, JDB's just so calm though.
All
So
the
like
time.
all the time, he's the same demeanor. So like, it's not really gonna be like a whoop de woo. It's just gonna be, all right, guys, here we go. All right, we got. All right, one's up, and then he'll be like, then he'll walk in the meeting room. He'll look around. He'll mess with the clicker, and he'll be like, fast on 3, 1, 2, 3, fast. All right, so right here we got bop, 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 bop. It's hard. It's hard to.
Does he ever get mad or show some kind of like real emotion out there? Like,
So he was my tight ends coach. He was my tight ends coach at Ole Miss for 2 years.
Yeah.
And there was one time where he got mad. And I was like, whoa. Like I turned around and everybody else, I was like, yo, y'all see that? like he got mad. He was like really hot. And then like he like right back to where he was. And that was the only time I ever saw him get hot ever.
all right, so now you guys know it, Shane, especially you because you haven't been around. So if you ever see him get mad, you better turn.
No, he must just
turn it around.
He must just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He was good. He must have had something going on that day.
Shane,
Yeah, I don't
the
got
people
no
want to
good
see it one
impressions.
more time. Let's do
I think I saw your big
So
job,
we've
bro.
already done you sleeping through a workout with acting like Coach Big John.
Where you at?
You want to
Oh, that was pretty good too.
sign off the podcast. This is episode 9. Sign off the podcast to Pirate Nation as Big John.
Okay, hold on, I gotta get in there.
Pirates, are
Gotta
you
get in
ready?
the zone.
Pirates, are you ready?
All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming in, tuning in to episode 9 of the Ship's Log. We'll see y'all next time. Go Pirates.